This is Siheed Cleveland from You Gonna Learn Today, and you're watching Heritage Hip Hop. Stay tuned.
Peace and blessings, everybody that's watching. You already know who I am. If you don't, you stupid. This is Karel from Heritage Hip Hop, partnered with Fatty's Plays Transparent, and we here with an entrepreneur that's about more than money. He's about the growth and the people in the community. Introduce yourself to the people real fast.
How y'all doing? My name is Siheed Cleveland. I'm from Newark, but I just consider myself a Jersey head. I have a few different things in store for Fatty's Place, Heritage Hip Hop. So you can find us on You Gonna Learn Today, on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. That's my main site, Facebook. You can find me there. I'm just about uplifting our community. That's about it.
So let's talk about community upliftment and what it takes to be uplifted. Upliftment means that something is down and it has to be brought back to respectability. What holds the community down, and why do you think that downward phenomenon is more apparent today than it was probably like 10 years ago?
Wow. From today to 10 years. Well, the community, we are the problem. I think we are the problem. We are holding ourselves back. Yeah, we got devices that's crippling us, should I say, or obstacles in our way. But together, if we want it, we can knock down all of the obstacles. So I would say we are in our own way.
So in 10 years, with the boon of technology and the greatest president of all time, Donald Trump, being president, you think it's still a problem of us being the issue, not anyone else?
We are our biggest issue. We have other issues, but we are our biggest issue, because we, as a group, as a community, cannot come together. And until then, we're going to stay in the position we're in. 10, 20, 30, 40 years.
I agree with you 100%. And the reason why is because I use my studied knowledge of religion to back that. Like, like I said, I'm a Christian by faith, all right, by choice, not by the white man, okay? And as a Christian by choice, when you study the book, you start to realize there's things that the book says that people don't do. And it ain't about you should not sleep with another man's wife, or you should not lie, because that's too easy. That's too easy. I'm talking about social things the Bible says. Like, don't put people that's not a part of your nation in front of your nation, because they will not care for your people like you would care for your own people. So when you say that it's us, it's the choices we make, I agree. What choices do you think people make that make the upliftment harder than it has to be? What are the main choices you think?
We put ourselves before others. That's the main thing.
So selfishness.
Yeah, selfishness.
Okay.
We don't rely on each other. We have a superiority complex that we think we can do it alone. We can't. We have systems in place that's willing to stop you from doing it alone. So,
like what?
You got something called redlining.
Tell me about redlining.
Redlining is when I first started my insurance, one of my transportation companies.
Yeah.
My insurance policy was 3 times in Newark, New Jersey than it was down in Ocean County.
Why?
Because of the redlining factor. We up here in Jersey is redlined, so they can up our insurance policy. So it costs us $15,000 per vehicle to insure. But when you go down when you go down to Ocean County, South Jersey, or anywhere, your insurance premium is a little bit lower. So that's how I had to start my first business. And I saw that it was ways for us to maneuver through the system, but we just have to do it together.
But clearly define a red line for the people who are going to watch this.
A red line, this is your line. On this side of that line, you can go get cheap insurance. On this side of that line, your insurance is going to be a lot more expensive. So redlining is all on where you live at.
That's true to a large extent, because even in West Orange, like 2 or 3 years ago, they had a red line district where people would stop paying their mortgages and the government couldn't do nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? And being that it was West Orange, New Jersey, it made the news. And people had, what are the people's mortgages in West Orange? Like 20,000.
Yeah, but the taxes is cheaper.
Depending, right? Yeah. The taxes is different, but the upper good part of West Orange, people pay that bread. And for a whole block not to pay that money, that's a large loss to a bank or anyone, and it made major news. Redlining is something that also, what our study comes with black coding, which is you can make only a certain amount, or you're eligible to only get a certain amount. Do you think financial decisions are part of selfishness or part of the condition in which people are in?
Well, that's the condition, because some of our finances are not where the others are. So people are more skeptical about what they put their money into. So they don't take that chance to actually become an entrepreneur. They don't take that chance to become a sole proprietor. They don't take that chance in order to build up their credit so they can become a landowner or a real estate developer. Like, they don't take the chance to invest into themselves. That's why nobody in the community would invest into them.
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm gonna ask you a common sense question. If I told you all you gotta do is buy some wings and you could turn into a bird, would you do it?
No.
Right. And the reason why is because either you see a bird as beneath you, you don't have the interest to be a bird, or you be like, why the hell would I want to be a bird? I don't know anything about that. And that's unfortunately the education in the community of people of color. Because most people of color who come from a downtrodden upbringing, not all, but most, they see whatever they see in front of them, and that's their life, and then that's what they build to be. And it takes frustration or an open door to get them to see different. But most people, when they see that open door, they're afraid to look in, and when they see it, they're like, nah, that can't be me because I never learned this when I was younger. So a lot of the things you're talking about comes with exposure and education. How did you educate yourself to learn the things that you're talking of and put into your life?
Oh man, that's a good question. I took the time to invest in myself, so I had time to go to YouTube University. Like your partner over there said, Google University, he got his master's. So it's places we can get information, because we are in the technology and information age. So all we gotta do is pick up that phone we got. I got a couple of them, so we could pick them up and find that information. Anything we ask can be found. Any problem have a solution. There is no problem that don't have a solution. And I ain't saying YouTube or Google has all of that, but you can look within yourself and touch the creator, and you will come up with that solution.
I'm gonna ask you a question that's more philosophical rather than nominal. Because you said something about the creator, and life is the given blessing of a creator, because you create to give, right? So if the Most High creates people, he gives people life to enjoy, not just to work and be hardened, you know? I mean, like I said, people argue me down and say, well, God gave Adam the garden, he messed up, now he has to work for everything, so God says you have to work.
I thought we got forgiven.
Well, let's go beyond that. Forgiveness wasn't dying. Forgiveness was the chance to live, but now you have to live by your labor. But laboring and work are two different things, because God gives you work and man gives you a job, so you choose to labor in which you apply yourself in. Now, to learn about the things you talked about, you labored in education so you can get yourself on a higher level, correct? Here's my question though. If people don't trust the education and the information that's out, how do they learn efficiently or effectively? Is it through experience or is it through watching?
Well, you can, there's multiple ways you can get information. and be comfortable with it. You can look into yourself, your morals. You can actually go get other opinions. You can do double research. It's all if we read and listen, we'll be able to understand, and then we'll be able to have wisdom, and after that we'll be able to have insight to be able to give it back.
You know what's dope about what you just said? You said read and listen. I think more people read than listen.
But we gotta do both.
Tell me about the importance of both then.
Okay.
That must be
Reading.
some good ass fruit.
Yeah, man. I don't really eat too much, so I eat constantly throughout the day. I just can't shovel it down.
Yeah, I got you.
But the difference between reading and listening. Reading is going to broaden your horizons from within. Listening is going to broaden your horizons from without. That's going to go in. But you also have to understand the things that you put in your body can actually hurt you or harm your body. And I'm not just talking about food, I'm talking about information. So we have to be conscious and careful of what we let seep into our body.
You know what's interesting about what you said, and I brought this up in another interview, 2 interviews actually, that I'm going to piggyback off of what you said and then go into what I said. Yes, your diet isn't just what you digest, it's what you ingest. It's everything that you see, think, feel, experience. People of color's diets have been pain, has been loss, depression, migration, amnesia. It's been a lot of that.
I wouldn't even call it amnesia.
What would you call having a loss of identity then?
I would say it was stolen. Amnesia means we forgot. Something taken from you, it's not that you forgot it, it was taken from you.
Okay.
What do you know about the A.D.O.S?
You tell me, what's A.D.O.S? Let's just talk about it.
America's descendants of slaves, right? Now,
I think that's an argument that goes far beyond the definition of slavery.
Well, when you're just talking about the America and the
North America?
When we're just talking about America,
okay, just America.
And the slavery that happened here.
Okay.
Yeah, we know it's slavery that's happening everywhere today.
Yeah.
And it's slavery.
Look at Libya.
Yeah,
that's
it's
crazy.
It's slavery that happened in the past. It's slavery now, and it's slavery that's going to continue on.
Yes.
But what A.D.O.S is talking about is the slavery that happened here.
Oh, so you're talking about North American continent. What do I think about A.D.O.S?
Yes.
I think it's a little more deeper than what people try to make it seem, because the people that are against reparations are using it as a joke to talk about anybody of color that comes to this country. And people of color in this country who have been affected by slavery are the people I think are more confused. Because me personally, I don't believe everybody came from Africa to this country. I really don't. I think a lot of the Native Americans were here and they got cheated, and because of their skin color, they were destroyed.
So
in a lot of wait.
Okay.
But they were destroyed in a lot of the things that this country, which they already owned from this country. Now, do I think Native Americans of color are descendants of slavery? Yes, I do. Because anything systematically held in this country to oppress someone of color, that is a slave system. Just like today, I think prison is a part of the slavery system. I think
the workforce,
because prison has a workforce. So yes, they go together. I think the religious systems are part of the slavery, and also the education systems are part of slavery as well. Because slavery isn't just whips and chains.
What about the healthcare system?
Definitely. Because if you have to pay, if a pill goes from 50 cents a pill to $30 a pill, and you know that population control is one of the main agendas of people to get rid of people of color, then yes, that's also a part of slavery. Yes, I do. And that's why I think everybody of color in this country who's a descendant has righteous argument against anything in this country. Period. That's what I think.
So you believe they deserve reparations?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
If Germany had to pay the Jewish in Israel from World War II, and America gave concessions to China, with Chinamen building a railroad, I think they should. But the thing is this: the argument they're saying is, well, you don't even know where you come from. Go back to where you came from. And people say go back to Africa, and people are like, I don't know where Africa where I come from. They use that against people, and me.
That ain't a real argument.
It's not, but they use it, and also people like me who believe like, yo, my people's more Native American than African. So, and I can't say I'm either or, but I know I have Native American blood and descent, like lineage in my blood. I know that for a fact. So when I say that, I'm like, okay, but what about the Trail of Tears? How do you pay those people back? Because the $5 Indians and the native Niji of this country, you can't tell me that those reservations and casinos is a reparation, because that's bullshit. You feel me?
To give them a casino?
Yeah.
Did blacks get anything? Did we get anything? What did we get? Did we get something that was going to build wealth for our community? Like, I know America gave Germany money. I know they gave the Indians. I know they gave the Chinese. What did they give us?
The same thing they've given anybody who tries to do anything in this country. They gave us debt, and that was our inheritance.
Who backs was this country built on? Immigrants or slaves?
The natives and the slaves.
The natives and the slaves? Yes. Wasn't the natives capturing the slaves and bringing them back? Didn't that work like that?
No.
So they wasn't slave catchers, the natives?
No. A lot of natives that we call, a lot of people that we call natives, when we look at those pictures, those were not the natives in a lot of places. So yes.
So the Indians wasn't slave catchers.
In most places that we're in the contest we're talking, no. And I'm gonna tell you a famous story that I learned back when I was 11, when I was trying to learn my lineage. In Jamestown, there was a slave revolt, and this is how the slave revolt happened. A Native American woman was in a meeting amongst people who owned slaves. Not that she was important to them. She said, I can speak to them because they don't understand your language. And they said, oh, okay. This was a Native American woman talking to slaves. Okay, slaves. Now, everything that the white folks said, so-called whites, she told them instead of telling them what they said word for word. So for example, they were saying like, yes, we're going to take your slaves and we're going to do this and take them here, and you're going to separate the families and you're going to do this, you're going to do this, I'm going to make money off of this and da 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 da. And then she was like, and they was like, can you tell them that this, and this? And instead of telling them that, she told them what they said, and they used what she said to do a revolt. There's lots of revolts in this country that are not talked about, but let me continue from what you said. That woman was an example of a lot of things that happen in this country that supports that a lot of the natives here were brown-skinned people and that they were not slave catchers. Now, were there? Yes, they were.
That's right.
No, because I'm not going to say everybody's 100% innocent, because I'm not going to say that, because some of the natives were also migrants from South America, which was Mexico. Because back in the day, Mexico was Mexico, Texas, all the way up to like, what is it, Montana or something like that?
So we took it.
America got it from Napoleon. They took their land, and I'm just telling what the history books say. But yes, a lot of the people who are natives were not slave catchers. No.
I ain't never say that they all were.
Right.
I said,
what were there?
Some of them, just like some of whites, were good. We had a John Brown. He was good, right? So, and that's the guy that helped Rosa Parks. I mean, Harriet Tubman.
Right.
So it was some good Indians. It was some good whites. But when I talk about who built this country on their back, it wasn't the natives. It wasn't the Europeans. It was us. We built this on slaves. Slaves built America. It was built on the backs of slaves.